Today I'm here to respond to the attack of Councilman Conrad. He's made on public employees of Memphis, and more specifically on AFSCME and the sanitation workers of Memphis. Councilman Conrad claims that private sanitation contractors can do twice as many stops as the city workers. What he fails to provide is that private contracting is picking up one can. The city workers are picking up all the trash, the trees, the limbs, the appliances, all the furniture. Essentially anything that is placed on the curb is picked up by the sanitation workers of Memphis. Councilman Conrad claims that there would be savings with privatization, yet he provides no figures on what this is based on. Does his savings factor in the need for emergency services? Currently, sanitation workers have been working 12 hours trying to clean up the city and are here working with the cleanup efforts from the flood. Local 1733 has repeatedly asked him for his calculations of savings, and he has not responded. The reality is that private companies are in the business to make money. Currently, the city allows no tax dollars Currently, the city is allowing our tax dollars to leave the city by supporting a private sanitation company that is based out of Florida, paying their high-priced CEOs. Further privatization puts the city of Memphis at the mercy of private companies to determine the rates and the services of the people of this community. Corporations will lowball rates to get into the community, and again, making the community vulnerable to what the needs of the private company are. Councilman Conrad and Councilman Hedgepath both took it upon themselves yesterday to attack the memory of Dr. King, calling the sanitation workers sacred cows. It's not 1968, it's 2011. Well, I'm here to remind both of them that the workers of this community are no different than the workers of 1968. They are here today doing the work in 90-degree plus weather that neither Councilman Hedgepath or Conrad would be willing to do. Councilman Hedgepath and Conrad would rather line the pocket of the corporations than take care of the tax-paying citizens and workers of Memphis. The city's budget crisis was not created by the sanitation workers. We just negotiated 0 increases in wages for the 3rd year. The workers have also been hit with 20% health insurance increases. Councilman Conrad and Hedgepath want to take away the livelihood of sanitation workers, but they are fine with corporations throughout Memphis getting property tax breaks. And I have copies here today of the document that's online with the city regarding the pilots and all of the property tax abatements that we provide to the companies in Memphis. The assault on public workers has to stop. These workers have given their lives to the city of Memphis. Over 100 of the sanitation workers have been with the city of Memphis for more than 35 years. They have marched with Dr. King, and they have been recognized by President Obama. This Saturday, the Secretary of Labor will be in Memphis for an induction into the Hall of Fame for these workers. Don't be misled about this fight. It's not over. It's about corporate control of public services. Councilman Conrad and Hedgepath want to use the public workers of the city as pawns by threatening our livelihoods and families. We won't allow this to happen. All city council members are up for election this year. AFSCME Local 1733 will be working tirelessly to remove from office Councilman Conrad and of Memphis to join with us in this fight. They do not represent the citizens and workers of Memphis. Their true commitment has been with big business and continues to be. Thank you.
As a taxpayer, we're one of the only cities, we still own our own sanitation. We still own our own Memphis Light, Gas, and Water. We own our utility. Why are they trying to give it away? Because as citizens, we get to say what happens with that stuff. But when you start privatizing and giving stuff away, then you've given up your control. And that's what the citizens of Memphis need to understand. We have tried to deal with the administration the best way that we know how. They have access to the media. They put spin on things. They tell the media what they want to know, and it's hard for us to respond correctly. But the only people that are going to suffer in the end are the citizens. We've provided ways to make cuts that don't affect your amenities. Because what happens is everything that public work, they try to compare us to the private sector. But see, we don't get stock options. We're kind of simple. We don't get the pay that a lot of people in the private sector get. The oil companies just recorded record profits. And then even before that, when their CEO retired, they gave him a $500 million parachute and stock options. The only thing we, as public workers, want to do is to make sure that our families are taken care of. And the last thing that I'm going to say is I would bet that the city was banking on the unions not sticking together. That's right. But this is a war. There's an attack on labor unions all across the nation. And just like I told Shelley, we're going to be here. Because I've heard them offer additional stuff to the police. Because they didn't want us to walk away. Not this time.